Undo to be a creative input for them? Was it hard to get a position in Kraftwerk?
I didn't fight it. I didn't fight for it. I didn't go for fishing, as we say. I did my job as a drummer, and I knew from the beginning that it was their mothership, you know, and they decided and they said everything what had to be done. So to be with them was a good luck for me for a special time, absolutely. But I was not that, it was not that influence, it was not that passion like maybe Ralf or Florian. It's their baby, as I say, you know. And the first time, maybe the first 1 or 2 years, it was just money making for me. I really can tell that truly. And then there came a kind of passion in me when we were proud and we were handled all over the world. Of course, this fits to every young man, you know. Everyone likes that, and so you see, you are a part of it, and you have developed that kind of minimal drumming for what I was called by them from the beat band before, you know, because they always had problems with their drummers before. They were too good and they did too much, trained in jazz music and from other fields, you know. So that was a big problem for Kraftwerk as well, and they nearly lost me too. It was just a little thing that I stayed or left, but you know, it successfully there stood that little tiny box which heated my heart, you know. If that wasn't, I were not with Kraftwerk. I wouldn't play that drum machine for them.
How would you describe the time between Electric Café and the Mix album?
I don't know anything about it because I was not in the studio. I was, in that time, I was outside, as we say, in the underground. I had to fulfill a big love, probably the biggest which I had in my life then, in this time. And I traveled Europe so much as I could to see all the places again, which we had not enough time with Kraftwerk, but I had my ideas where to go and to go deeper in that culture and this culture. And this was a long time my most developing my most interest. So it was just the time when Carl told me later, Wolfgang, good that you were not here. These years were incredible for him. He told me they had done a big mistake from my side, and Carl told me the same. They bought a Synclavier. Oh God, you know what that is? To work with it, you need years to go through such a big, like a telephone book, the advice book, how to work with the tool, with the instrument. It's one of the most complicated synthesizers of the world, and Ralf and Florian are also not the fastest ones to go through a technical Bedienungsanleitung, you know. And Carl said they had sitten for hours, for months, for years to get everything fixed, and then they rebuilt the studio. They made it very new, like looking like the NASA today, climate control inside, air conditioning, and new synthesizers. And they had more to do with getting themselves in shape to work the instruments than bringing new music out. And then came digital out, then came MIDI out, and then the industry exploded with new systems, and suddenly they ran after it. They were not the foreriders, as we say in Germany, you know. And this took all the years. Carl told me, I just was not with them. I just can only recall him, and he said, it's good that you were not with us. It was so boring to store everything what was all the years recorded in analog style, to replace them and everything into digitalized things, you know.
Do you think that Ralf and Florian are bitter today?
What?
Are a little bit sad that they can't do music that is just as overwhelming that the music they made in the 70s?
I cannot see cannot look into them. I saw him yesterday, by the way, or no, it was the day, it was Friday. I had been in an electronic shop here, a new one, very big and elegant Warhouse on the Königsallee. went out, and suddenly we went parallel. He with his little daughter, and I think we looked at each other for a second or so, and then he took his daughter, went on the other side of the street. He was afraid to see me. I said to myself, poor boy, you could have said good Tag, maybe just guten Tag. But there was a time when he was much more into no problems touching me, because he really liked me. I know it. He was the one who went for me. It was not Ralf. It was more Florian, I think. But today it's just the opposite, you know. But that I can understand. It depends on the book. It has to do with that. Maybe wahrscheinlich.
How do they live today? Do they live by their own, by themselves, or do they live together with someone?
Them?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because it was something Ralf lived with his sister.
I told you I was never invited. I was not in the mood to visit them, you know. I just can imagine. I can imagine that there is no big difference like they used to live in earlier time, because people in these years do not change too much. They get a bit more stupid, maybe a bit more isolated, a bit more crazy if they live on their own. I think Ralf is maybe married at the moment, or he told me something in 96 on the restaurant which I told you. But this is not important, I think. Florian has a daughter, a little one, beautiful. I think she was 6 or 7 years old.
But are they ordinary people, or are they a little bit crazy, you know?
You must be a little bit crazy if you do things like that. If you are normal, you wouldn't do crazy things. Normal people do normal things. It's good if you are an artist that you are a bit crazy, or even a bit more, you know. The more crazy you are, the more crazy things come out of his brain or her brain. And other people which are average, they like crazy things, different things, because sometimes they have it also inside of themselves, but they are afraid to make crazy things. Yeah. And so they need the artist to prepare it, to make it for them, to say, you can do that, or listen to that, and you know.
What happened concretely the day you left Kraftwerk?
It was not just one day, as I told you. It was just that I went less and less to the studio until I went not longer to the studio. And then I met some friends which had a furniture design atelier, and I worked with them. What I originally was trained as a carpet maker and furniture maker and things like that, and I worked with them. Suddenly I was a furniture designer, and I loved that for some years as well. I didn't think for music again, generally not.
Why do you think Kraftwerk is so hugely influential today?
Yes, it depends on this style of music, which so much invited other bands to do something similar. It spread a whole new sound over the world. We didn't know that by the time, you can imagine, but today we know. People tell us, and we can listen to the sounds which are always used in other groups. Even today in productions, I can hear every little Kraftwerk sound which is used, or which is prepared to sound like it, you know, in any other production. And sometimes it sounds really funny.
Can you give any examples?
Not so much at the moment, you know. You can hear it in every average modern production, pop production. There is something, a little bit Kraftwerkianische elements inside, you know.
I mean, even Madonna's music.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The last album was very good. She had a very good producer, I think. Was it William Orbit?
Yeah, no, it was a French guy called Mirwais.
Uh-huh.
But where were I? Do you get like letters from famous artists thanking you for giving you the influence?
No, not from artists. Not only from friends.
Okay, I think we have to go outside soon. Just see that we have checked all the questions that I have to ask you.
How long does your machine run?
Forever.
Forever.
Nice evening.
I think we could leave. I think we'll go outdoors. Do you wish that you had a contact with Ralph and Florian?
No. Why, could you do me one? No.
Beam.
Have you tried to contact them anyway?
I have, through the record company. I don't know
And
how.
what did they tell you?
They didn't tell me anything. I didn't give an answer.
I thought so. My friend asked me today, why does he not ask Ralph and Florian? I said, he won't get in contact to them. I think the first thing he would try to contact the EMI, and they would say, sorry, we can't help you. That's the way. They don't keep persons, they don't let anyone on their surface. I think this is good for them. I appreciate for them. It's their style and it's their idea of being isolated, and so this is maybe just the reason why they can live on their own, not so much recognized by people, because of course most people which like Kraftwerk know how they look like, but they look every half year they look different. I know Florian likes to change his shape, the whole shape. He changes cars every 3 months, I think, and the whole outfit and haircut and fashion clothes, what he wears. And Ralph not so much, but Florian, he's really a dress man, you know.
But what they try to obtain is some kind of mystic about themselves. Yeah. Do you think that maybe you, now when you wrote this book, have this mystique is a little bit gone?
That could be, yes. But not too much, because I didn't go too much into privately things, you know. The book is generally written about my whole life, my own life. It's a book about Wolfgang, and Kraftwerk is a part of Wolfgang, of course, and Wolfgang is also a part of Kraftwerk. But I think Kraftwerk is more a part of me than I am a part of Kraftwerk. You know what I mean with that? For the whole thing, what they gave to me, until the point that I didn't like them anyway, because today I wouldn't go to them, and I even don't like their behavior, what they do to other people, how they handle artists and colleagues. This is not my style. This is something which I learned later, that they have to go to school again to learn a little bit. And artistically, they couldn't teach me anything new today. There I had to go different ways. And this was, as I told you before, my Yamo project is different from that. And I learn by younger people with which I work today. They learn from me, I learn from them. This is an open project which I like, which is not locked behind thick metal doors, you know. It's absolutely open, it's free, and it's full of fun and humanity.
Thank you very much. Then we to go outside. I actually heard what you did with Mouse on Mars.
Yeah,
it was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like
you? You mean the album?
Yeah, I mean I don't know what song.
Do you know the Time Pie?
I heard the record. Yeah.
You have one?
I don't have it.
Sorry, I would have given you one. It's a pity. You give me your address, and I send you one. I have just some left. They are still in the shops anyway, but yeah. They didn't promote it. They didn't tell anybody. No. They just fulfilled their contract in doing the record into the shops and telling nobody of them. It's hard. It's hard, no?
It's hard. I really see that, because there's the problem with those conglomerate.
What?
Can I remove it?
Yeah.
Nu går vi ut, Charlotte, fort. Boring.
This is like an order. Like an order. There.
Yeah, okay.
You went to that big thing with...
Okay. Yeah. Is this okay? Can I film?
Yeah. No problem.
Okay, thank you.
I have no problem, because I like this town.
Yeah.
And I always like to talk about it, that I like the town, you know. And we can make some kind of sightseeing, town seeing, you know.
Yeah.
This is the famous Oststraße, where your hotel is. Everything is very close to the Klinklang studio. And we go now to the Berger Allee, where we used to live in the first 10 years of Kraftwerk. Follow me. Stop.
Oh, here. Yes, I have to check the sound for the microphone though. Is it on? We just check.
Ja, men den är ju på, men...
It's on, yes.
Hallo, hallo, hallo. Neuenburg-Stadt. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. Can you you cannot listen something, huh? You cannot hear it what I say. I mean, from the
No,
from
I
the
can't, no.
microphone. So this is radio microphone.
Yeah, this is for transmission.
Your camera.
It's the company's cameras.
Mhm.
I don't.
Barracuda camera.
Barracuda car, exactly.
What is exactly Barracuda?
Barracuda is a news agency and a production team for documentaries of music
I see.
and culture also. We make theater and...
And this is yours privately.
No, this is not.
Not.
It's not private.
Technique.
Det funkar på min kamera. Ska vi sätta rösten då?
Ja, vi gör det ifall det inte blir...
So tell me about your memories here in Düsseldorf. Are you born here?
No. You know that I'm born in Frankfurt. Ich bin ein Frankfurter Würstchen. You know what that means?
Ein Frankfurter Würstchen, ja. Ich bin ein
Ein
Berliner.
sausage, yeah.
Yeah.
Ich bin ein sausage. That I don't eat sausage today. I don't eat meat today. Anyway, they say Frankfurter Würstchen. And this is in Hessen. This is in the south of Germany, and they speak different. They think different, and I had to move from there in the age of 7 to the Rhineland area with my parents. And
Okej, byter då.
Inte varför.
Byter fort.
another thing which I think the hall where we go now in the exhibition is not so light. It's a bit dark. Don't you have a lamp for it?
No, we don't.
Don't you
actually.
don't need?
No, we don't.
It's
actually.
so good.
We didn't,
The
I
lens
think
is so good?
I think it's so good, yeah.
Okay.
It's very modern. So, in what direction is the Klinklang studio?
What direction is behind me? Opposite. 7 minutes from here by feet.
Could we walk there as well and check it? Check this?
Maybe.
Yeah?
No, not walk. That's too far. We have to go by a car. But I won't go in there.
No, of course.
You can film from the open window maybe a little bit the entrance and the Elektro Müller sign above of it. And
Yeah. So, should we go to your car? Vi går
Ja.
Charlotte.
Ja, jag tror det måste...
Es ist rot, es ist gefährlich.
Es ist rot. Das ist verboten. Verboten to go on red. How it is in your country?
Well, I guess
They have a bit red as well. Sie haben auch rot in Schweden.
haben auch rot.
ja. So.
Jetzt können wir gehen.
jag måste sätta om trenden på sökaren.
Anyway, this was also the fields where we went to the restaurants in the evenings after Kraftwerk. Here on the Oststraße there had been some restaurants, and an ice cream shop was the famous Palantini over there in the Graf-Adolf-Straße. And a Parallelstraße is the Königsallee with the famous Café Bittner where we always had breakfast, you know. Now we have to cross the street and you follow to my car.
Kan du lite snabbare? Gå snabbare bara.
Yes.
Jag tror det.
You are good in running backwards.
I am, I'm very used to this.
How long did you train that?
I trained for like 2 years.
That's so, very good. It's coming. So now we have to cross.
Yeah. Did you have any place where you played live here? In Düsseldorf?
Where, what?
Where you played live?
Live?
Kraftwerk played.
Yes, in the Philipshalle. We have a big concert hall. It's called Philipshalle, where we had 2 concerts. And they were not the best, by the way.
Uh-huh.
Will you put the camera in the back?
No, I have it in my lap.
Okay.
I don't think the transmitter works. No, actually not.
Then I give it back
But
to you, maybe.
because we are trying to
Aha.
investigate what to do with it.
So the best is that we go to the exhibition first, because I don't know if they close in 30 minutes.
Yeah. So where did you used to buy your electronic equipment?
Which
For example, I don't know, if you had to need a new synthesizer or something.
I have just a new synthesizer, nothing else. I don't own a studio. I go to different studios with my new music. And this is which I like. This is a kind of my thinking of openness, of spreading to work with different people, you know. So I have my addresses at the moment where I work. With whom I work is dependent on the theme, which I have for my new ideas. The new album is maybe made in 3 or 4 different studios.
Could you please turn off the radio?
With 3 or 4 different partners, you know. But mostly at the moment I work with Kurt Dahlke from the Atatak studio. I have a new song for you, which we are working at the moment. You want to listen to it?
Yes, please.
So this is a world general appearance of On the Beam is the song called. We have it in German, in English and in Japanese recorded.
You like doing that, recording in different languages, don't you?
Uh-huh. The Japanese version, this is interesting, is sung by the singer of Pizzicato 5, Nomiya Maki. She was here. And I love that mostly.
Could you turn it a little bit down and Charlotte will take the sound of it? Great, so I heard what you speak.
It was too loud.
No, it was great, but... Eller vad sa du?
Nej, jag kan inte ta ljud.
Okej, nu sorry, I just missed it.
Filma härifrån.
Okay, sorry, it's fine. We can even turn it up a little bit.
Yeah, I just wanted to present it to
Yeah,
you
exactly.
privately.
Exactly. So this is Yamu.
This is Yamu, Yamu's News Maxi, which follows by the album.
Wow, it sounds really good. It's poppy.
Yeah, it's a pop song, absolutely pop song, yes.
Ta den bilden som jag sätter in bandet.
Okay.
Den sitter väl bara ifall du vill filma honom här bakifrån.
Okej. Vad ska jag börja? Ska jag be honom ta ut bandet?
Nej, men alltså gör det sen.
Ja, just det.
Alltså, du tog alla den klippbilden man sätter i bandet.
Ja, just det, okej.
Om du vill ha så man hör.
Jag förstår. Is it only good being an ex-Kraftwerk when you try to make new music?
Not always good. It opens some doors sometimes, but you are always connected with this stigma, you know, and you always have to explain your differences and how is the difference of your music. And so, I mean, someone who knows Kraftwerk music, he properly can recognize the difference himself mostly, I think. If you listen to Yamu, it sounds warmer, you know, and this was my opinion too. I was not longer interested in themes like robots, like man machines and computers, you know. This was not so much my interest. It had to be different. It had to be a warmer sound, and I wanted to show the people that electronically prepared music has not absolutely to sound cold, you know, like most people think if they think on techno music. And so I don't like that average techno music which is made for the dance halls. Okay, this is something to dance on, this is something for the gymnastic of the people in the discos. And we had in our time we had the same thing with disco music, you know. It's okay, it's needed, it has its place, and it's okay with it, but it's not my absolute taste today. It's simply not intelligent enough. It's not creative enough. It's just boo, 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 boo. You know what it is.
Yeah.
I have to find a place now to put the car because we are just on the museum. And here it's not so
Oh yeah,
good.
we were here just before.
And then turn it in once more. Thank you. It's a good sound.
So I have stolen the one of your hotel a bonbon. I like bonbons. You too. Delicious. And tell me about your country. Anton Corbijn signed his flag with Björk. You see Björk?
Oh yeah.
And they have some others as well. Important persons of the showbiz. And I show you, they show also me. I can tell you. I was astonished to see it. I didn't know that big picture, and it shows me 30 years younger, and even slimmer, of course.
So Oswald, where are we going right now?
We go to the Nordrhein-Westfalen Forum. This is a museum of modern art where they show special exhibitions, and now it is the Anton Corbijn exhibition, a photographer from Netherlands, who made some very nice photos of pop arts from all over the world.
Does it make you feel good, like being on a museum, a photograph of you?
It was particular. It was astonishing. It was astonishing, yes. Even in the own town, which I didn't know, you know.
Yeah.
So it was unusual, and I didn't know it. People called me from and told me I have to look into the newspapers because they showed the pictures everywhere in the German Düsseldorf newspapers.
Jag tror att du tar en hel bild sådär på det här.
Ska vi titta oss sen?
Vad sa du?
Ska vi titta oss sen då?
Was hinten an der Wand hängt von der Gruppe Kraftwerk.
Ja.
Jetzt bin ich mit der jungen Frau und ihm hier. Wir würden ganz gerne mal eben da kurz...
Mich hatte gerade der Lippert angerufen und sagte, ich kriege den jetzt gar nicht mehr auf dem
Wer
Handy.
ist denn das?
Das ist die
Ja, jetzt haben wir die ganze
Handy-
Zeit
Telefonnummer.
Interviews gemacht,
Ja.
aber wir brauchen das Interview gar nicht machen, das haben wir schon längst woanders gemacht. Wir wollen nur kurz mich vor meinem eigenen Bild
Okay.
filmen. Dann sind wir auch schon wieder weg, wir brauchen kein Licht, gar nichts. Ne?
Ich gebe ihn nur mal.
Nur gerade
falls-
diese... Maybe we go the straightest way. Come here.
What did you say?
Carl's hair.
What did you say?
You see in the back my hair from the doll, and on the right side you see Carl's. Can you see that? There are lots of people I know. Isabella Rossellini, Miss Foster. Life looks so sad. Why does he look so sad?